What is going on, guys? Custody TCG here, back with another Clover Pit gameplay. If you like the content, consider dropping a like, maybe even a comment saying SpaghettiOs, and a subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I also want to take a quick moment to thank the support of my channel members. Thank you so much, and enjoy the exclusive weekly videos. So today I wanted to do a hard mode sacrifices run. So we only start with 6 charm spaces, but the store will have a permanent discount of 1. So let's see what kind of build we can put together here. We love discounted charms, so we'll definitely snag those. Now I'm curious for ones that normally cost 2, if we can still sell them for 1 ticket. So we'll have to see. It's been a while since I've done this memory card. I'm probably going to grab the nose here just for some scoring. And I'm probably going to do one more reroll. Free ancient coin. There we go. And let's try to make some money here. I think we'll probably go for the 3 tickets. Or sorry, the 2 tickets, because ideally I want to find the skull in the shop. And with our scoring and our charms, we should be able to generate some decent respin money on just the 3 spins. So, not too shabby. Let's see if we can find that skull. I don't want to dedicate to any specific symbol just yet, so we're going to pass on all these clubs. Another free item. Possess cell phone for free. I think I'm going to buy that, and we're going to store it in the drawer. We could potentially go towards a 666 build, so we'll keep that on deck. We'll grab this just because it's free. We can always throw it away. There's another free item, and there's a skull. Sweet. So we started off here with a pretty decent charms, and I think we'll deposit here, and let's see how we're looking. We'll go for a 7 spinner. There's our nose triggering. Should get it to trigger again here if we don't get any. Yeah, there we go. And I'm pretty sure we're at the requirement. Now we're 100% at the requirement. Clear the deadline. Hopefully I'm sounding back to my normal self now. The last few videos I've just been feeling super under the weather, but we're feeling a lot better now. So we want to be prioritizing charm space, so things like property certificate, which is a great pickup. Put you in the drawer, pull you out. We want that Abyssu at some point, just to just to get our cardboard house online. Clover pot. I'm gonna buy you and push through the round here, and we'll generate 8 tickets. I think we can afford to skip this last round here. Alright, so we're on the 3rd deadline, or 2nd deadline. So this is our first phone call. If we do want to go a 666 build, Ritual Bell's pretty good. I don't know if we want to be decreasing our charm space right now. We're gonna toss you. Don't really need you. Most likely not gonna need an Ankh. There's some tempting free items in here, but diamonds appear more often. If we are to go a 666 build, it's probably best to go either clovers or bells, right? We got plenty of tickets to dig through here. There's the increased charm space, but we want to maximize the value on that with our Megaphone and Barathrum. We can find those. And it seems that the game wants us to go diamonds, so we are going to pivot to diamonds. We just wasted a lot of tickets there, but it is what it is. And there's a golden diamond modifier, so we'll throw that away. We'll grab you to replace. PP Jar doesn't hit diamonds, so we'll pass. And we can always re-pivot if necessary. Put you in the drawer. I think I'm just going to pick up the bell to have it. There's the Abyssu. I'm going to buy this. Maybe do a couple spins for the cardboard house. Be nice if we could get that on deck for a ticket. Ooh, there's a diamonds photograph, so we'll probably consider that as well. What do we have in here? What are we swapping you with, Abyssu? Where? There you go. And if you're curious on how I'm able to swap from table to drawer, I installed some Clover Pit quality of life mods, which have just made the flow of the game feel a lot better. I believe the username's Still Cuddling Cats, that she likes to play games vanilla, how they were made, and I agree with that comment in as far as like Balatro goes, or Balatro, however you prefer to say it. I think that Balatro did something right in their game design as far as the flow of the game, whereas some portions of this game do feel a bit tedious and grindy, especially if we're trying to tailor it towards entertainment for you guys. Let's go ahead and do a 3-ticket spin. We have 2 rounds left. I'm gonna pretty much deposit what I can here. We want that diamond photograph. Having to work with one less charm space is something I'm going to need to get used to. Okay. Alright, so what are we looking here? Got 1 free respin, 4 tickets. I can always find you again. We're still on deadline 2, right? So we don't have to worry about 666 until next deadline. Pretty sure I threw that away. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get you. You have a florid trait, which is kind of nice. We'll do 1 respin. Maybe actually no, we will not do another one because that will take us below our 7 spins. And I am gonna push the button here. I could wait until next round to get max value out of the diamonds, but realistically, I want to be leveling up the value of the diamonds. Ooh, and the nose hurt us there. Stinky nose. We're definitely clearing this for certain. And the nose helped us there. Thank you, nose. All right. So we're looking pretty good money-wise. Ticket-wise, not as much. We're not going to get a lot of value off of Clover Pot if we're going to the last round of each deadline now. We can always find you later if we pick up an evil deal, so we're just going to pass on you for now. Fortune Teller's pretty good. Even though I love my Ancient Coin, I think I'm going to get rid of you. Ancient Coin's pretty easy to find. We want to find an Abyssu, or sorry, a cardboard house, but I just double checked my tickets and I don't have any, so we should probably push through. Anything? You're not doing much, so I'm going to throw you away just to put you on the table, just to have more room in the drawers for when we turn in. I think we grabbed that because it was free at the beginning of the round. It's like, why do we have that on the table? So car's good. Get a better chance of, or getting ticket modifiers on our diamonds will be good. Let's see. So you can probably swap you. What are we swapping you with? Swap you with the car. Hourglass shows up again. It really wants us to use it this run. I still haven't done a run to utilize that yet, so you guys should let me know if you want to see an Hourglass build. Mushroom is always good for early scaling. And that's what we're looking for right there. And on top of that, we see a car battery. So pretty much exactly what we're looking for. We're going to swap you with a Bissu, grab you, throw you away, and we got 2 more charm spaces. So let's go ahead and recharge here. I don't want to pull out the possessed cell phone yet. I want to wait till the last round of this deadline and make sure that I don't pick a red telephone ability here. Like last video, I'm sure some of you guys noticed that I messed up there. Nuclear button, and we have exactly enough tickets for it, so let's go ahead and grab it, and we'll do our depositing here and start making our way towards the white cell phone progress. So we'll get a double diamond appear more often trigger. Ouch. There goes the nose hurting us again. At least we get a couple tickets there. Satan is teasing us right now. Thinking we may need to take a tinkle on Satan here for good luck. Oh man, you guys already know I'm going to be abusing the heck out of that P bug, or the P mod. We will have to do a lemon build with P being the main feature, you know? I'm so sorry. Cover your ears. Abstract painting. Nothing quite standing out that I want to replace that with. I mean, I could with the fake coin, but I'm gonna hold off for now. Dung beetle. There's the poo-poo jar. We love poo-poo jar. I think we are not going to be utilizing you yet. I'm gonna put you in the drawer so I can pull you out. And we'll pull you back out to activate poo-poo jar. And maybe we'll do a couple spins here just to see if we can find any car batteries that we could utilize. Raging Capitalist is also good. And I think I'm fine. Oh, excuse me. I'm fine with throwing away the fake coin here to get a Raging Capitalist. If you're new to my channel, Raging Capitalist is in its own tier of OP, in my honest opinion. It's above S tier. Ooh, that was actually a good nose trigger. Abstract painting probably was a good pickup, or I should have picked it up just because of the nose. I thought that I wasn't going to be seeing 5 symbol patterns consistently. I forgot for a brief moment that the nose would trigger that. The fortune teller is also helping level up our above and below, which is nice. 1 round left. We'll look for... Oh, before I do anything silly, we're going to swap you out with Possessed Cell Phone. I don't need to necessarily trigger it twice. We're racking up a decent amount of tickets here. What's our value at? 230? And you're probably... You still got a few things left. I can maybe... I don't know. I was thinking of picking up Stain, but I don't think it's really necessary. I'm going to scale up the Raging Capitalist here with a few purchases. Maybe one more. There we go. Tickets are starting to become not a problem. That is a good find. We're going to buy that to the drawer. And let's go ahead and get our 666 trigger here. There we go. So we're making some progress towards that telephone. Getting some nice triggers there. We are raking in the dough. I think Clover Pit needs to add another difficult level. So we got normal mode, hard mode, and We need like an expert mode or something. Something with a, you know, maybe like modifiers that happen to the run. I don't know. I'm just rambling. I feel like, because like, look how much money I have and look at the deadline requirement, and keep in mind that this is hard mode. So I know that it's nice to have a sense of feeling overpowered, but at the same time, you know, I kind of want something to throw some curveballs into each run, if you catch my drift. What are you at? 10% left. I think I'm okay with getting rid of the golden diamond at this point. I'm gonna grab the luck. And now that we have the luck, and as we make it diamonds more common, or as we trigger the batteries, we're probably going to want to swap out the nose, just so when we do hit jackpots, the nose doesn't necessarily switch everything to a different symbol, which we've already seen a couple times. Vine soup. I like vine soup more than I like mushroom, but maybe now that we have the Raging Capitalist, we can get rid of the car. I know doubling up on the Raging Capitalist and the car would net me more tickets, but tickets aren't too big of a concern, or not the biggest concern. There's the battery I was looking for. Okay. So now I can kind of set up for next round here. Put you in the drawer. We're not going to be picking a telephone ability, so I don't need to be pulling out the ritual bell or the barithrome. But let's keep in mind also that we need to find that megaphone. Let's go ahead and turn in here. We'll top off, double check our 666 card to make sure we're making our progress towards the white phone. There we go. We're gonna look at that and ignore it. And there's nothing that we really want from that either. Alright, so we got one charm space. We want to do a couple rerolls here. Ooh, okay. So the car makes its way back around. You're at 10% left. I think I can ditch you. You have a speculative trait, which is pretty good, but fortune teller decides to show up again. Oh my goodness. I am just so indecisive, but we'll skip on you. Abyssu, I pretty much only utilize Abyssu for the cardboard house. Otherwise, you know, you could use it for things like free rerolls or respins in a pinch, but I'm not too interested. So I want to do these rerolls a bit aggressive here just to get my luck up. So we're definitely above the max luck now. We're at 30 luck, so when the bell pepper triggers, should be a guaranteed hit. Now we need to swap something. I think we decided on getting rid of the nose, right? We were talking about that. So we're going to get rid of the nose. We'll pull out the nuke here. And then we have the cell phone still in here on deck for the last round of this deadline. So let's see how we're looking. Let's see if we can get some bell pepper triggers. Score's looking good. 666, that's fine. We are not bothered. Another one. And it's feeling like we you know, we're at 1.5%, and we're just getting kind of unlucky, but so is the fate of playing a roguelike. Okay, so now I want either an electricity meter or another battery, car battery, to recharge everything. There is some more of these guys. We could go electrician, but with what we have out, actually, we could put the nuke in the drawer and have this out for a chance to recharge some items. But we'll still look for a car battery. Just in case. Okay, I think we're probably going to hold off on the respins now. Starting to get a little pricey. Oh, and there is the luck hit that we were hoping for. So I suppose even though we don't have the nuke out, we can still button mash here. There we go, making some big bones. Okie dokie. So now we want to pull out our possessed cell phone. I am going to swap you with the electrician. Maybe we do a reroll or two for the culture. Jeez, fortune teller keeps showing back up. I may consider it. I honestly may consider it. Okay, we do have our possessed cell phone out. I was nervous there for a second. I thought that I started the round with forgetting. I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to Alt F4. Here's our guaranteed 666. So another progress towards the white telephone, and ensuring that we see a red text telephone on the next deadline. Ah, nice. Another jackpot. We're really starting to rack up those tickets now. And why not? A natural 666 for the way out. Gosh, I feel so dirty throwing away a Raging Capitalist. Oh, we do have an open slot, so I suppose we can get you. Oh, that was because we had the electrician out. We aren't going to need that for much longer. I'll explain why later. We're just going to get rid of it for now. I'm going to put something in my drawers to not worry about charm management. Returning in. Let's check our progress. Perfect. We got 2 stripes. We're going to look at the call and ignore it once again. Pull you back out. See if we can find a car battery. I'm optimistic. There's a Baphomet, but I don't think this is going to necessarily be a Baphomet build. Alright, we spent a lot of tickets. There is a Evil Deal. I think Evil Deal is worth grabbing. And we're still looking for the megaphone, right? What else do we have that's potentially disposable? I think I'm going to get rid of the Raging Capitalist. We're just going to rely on the car here to provide us most of our tickets. Pull you out. Let's keep looking for a battery if we can. That would be a good reason to pick up the Abyssu, just to store a battery charge in it, but I think we'll pass. There's another item we've been looking for, so we should be able to set ourselves up for getting more charm spaces, or just decreasing the charges it takes to use our activated items. So we are in a very good position right now. We are going to have to dispose of something, but we do have some charms that we don't mind getting rid of, like Fortune Teller. We can toss it if need be. Our possessed cell phone is not charged. We want that to be charged before we do anything silly. Perfect. Alright, so now that it's charged, I can keep it in the drawer and not think about it. I'm just going to click here again just to make sure I didn't forget. Let's top off our interest. And then let's go video game gambling. Ah, yes. We love to see it. This build is shaping up to be a good one so far. Now scoring in the millies, thanks to our Vine Soup putting in work. Alright, I would say that's a decent chunk of change there. Lost Wallet. Lost Wallet has me thinking. Okay. So hear me out. Go like this so I can buy you. And then we'll swap you Nuke. There we go. We will have to throw away something else though when it's absolutely necessary. Gonna look for another battery here. We have a lot of money to work with, so we don't mind spending. Plus, we're gonna be able to recover this money quite easily. And there's a lot of items I'm seeing that are going to be helpful for the 666 build, but it's just we don't have the charm space right now to really make them work. One more spin for the culture. Okay, no car battery for us. So we're on round 2. Lemons. Boo. Looks like our raging capitalist was, that makes sense it was putting in more ticket work because I believe it's 25% chance, but it's for all symbols, whereas diamonds, it's 20% chance. We are going to be seeing a lot of diamonds, so I'm going to stick with my decision. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull out our... We haven't really been utilizing the ritual bell, have we? I think we don't really want to be getting rid of it right now. Excuse me, we don't have the space to be rearranging things is basically what I'm saying. What was I doing? Oh yeah, possess cell phone. Okay. So now let's go ahead and trigger our 666. Almost got it back to back. There we go. There's a nice little diamonds jackpot. Gave us a juicy 6 miller. Okay. While the Baphomet's in the shop, I think I want it. So I'm gonna throw this away. I'm gonna buy you to the drawer. And what am I willing to get rid of out here? Probably you. I'm gonna throw away mushrooms. I'm gonna turn in. Now we should see the white telephone ability. Fantastic. So now we have the white telephone unlocked. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of charm rearrangement. So we're going to pull out Barathrum. We're going to pull out Megaphone, and we're going to look for ways to decrease the cost of our charges here. But after we do that, we need to get some charm space. So let's see. All equipped lucky charms triggered by the red button take 1 less charge to restore. So we're going to do that. And then what we're gonna do is sell the Barathrum, and now all of these items will only take 1 charge to cast. So now we get to look for Or, sorry, not to cast, but... Gosh. Brain no work. I think we can get rid... Oh, why aren't you letting me select you? There we go. We're gonna get rid of the luck. We're gonna put the megaphone in the drawer. We probably aren't gonna be needing you anymore. So things that we want are potato battery. We can probably get nose back again. But potato battery is gonna be our main spin to win item. We'll we'll grab the ritual bell again. I'm probably gonna get rid of that wallet just because it, you know, without the charm space, it doesn't make sense to have right now. I really want that potato battery. And ancient coin's a good meme, but showed you guys that combo too many times, so we're gonna pass on it today. Potato battery, where are you? There you are. Just had to call your name. Alright, gotta swap something out for the nuke. What do we want to swap? What is not necessary? I suppose Evil Deal or the tickets. Yeah, we're gonna swap you out for the nuke. Alright, let's start doing some shenanigans. Now we should get a battery recharge here. Very nice. So what I'm doing now is stacking up a bunch of free restocks and scaling up our above and below patterns. So I'll basically be replicating that for 6 turns, and then on the last turn here, we'll score unless we hit a natural 666, which could always happen. Ooh. The nose hurt us there rather than helped us. Sad day, sad day. Okay. So, as you can see, everything's recharged again since it only cost 1. We're gonna do a little bit of respinning with our free restocks here to see if we can find another Bearthrum to set us up for getting some more charm spaces. We'll take some more restocks. There's nothing else that I'm really looking for right now. So, car battery, we don't really need those anymore. My brain just blanked out. What are we looking for again? Oh yeah, Bearthrum. When in doubt, always assume it's Bearthrum that you're looking for. Alright, respins are getting a little expensive, so I think we're gonna push to the next deadline, see if we can find the Bearthrum. Midas Touch Lemon. Probably should have pulled out the Evil Deal before doing that, but Evil Deal isn't going to be much of a part of the equation right now. Ooh, had a little lag there. Alright, the Bearthrum continues to elude us. We got a yellow telephone ability anyway. Let's go ahead and, you know, we can live, or actually, no, we can't find the charm space, can we? So, let's go ahead and add some pattern multipliers. Why not, right? We'll put you in the drawer. Let's do a little bit of searching for that Bearthrum, and maybe we can skip this deadline just to get the white text ability and not the orange text ability. continues to elude us, which is just par for the course for us. There it is. Fantastic. Okay. So we'll swap you with Megaphone. We'll skip this deadline just so we can get the white text ability on the phone. Then we pray to the P gods that the phone doesn't screw us over. So let's give it a quick tinkle just to make sure. And hopefully we don't have to go through all of our tickets like we usually do to find the ability that we want. Looks like we're well on the path of blowing through all our tickets. Okay, thank goodness. Alright. Got a little bit more charm space to work with, which always makes life more enjoyable. So now we can pull out our evil deal. We're not clovering. Let's see, we got, not including the nuke, we have 3 free charm spaces. With how often we're activating the 666, I think we're gonna pass on a few things. We could go cat food just to have more chances to activate the 666. There's Book of Shadows, so more ways of keeping the 666 going. I don't know if there's anything else quite sticking out to me. You know what? Chastity Belt for the memes. And I think we're at, yeah, max charm space for what we can do. So let's check out some scoring, shall we? See how we're looking. So I'm going to be pressing the red button every 2 spins just so I don't lose track of my cell phones. Because unfortunately, see how the phones disappear there? So you can't see how many spins you have left on the cell phone. So it's easy to lose track if you just keep spamming the button, because sometimes you don't want your 666s to carry over into the next round, because they absolutely will. And we want to be certain that we score on the last turn. And the reason why that we aren't getting our value for the 999s. I'm sure some of you are wondering why I don't score first and then get the 999. And the reason being is because the potato battery doesn't trigger. The potato battery triggers if we don't score after 2 times and continued on. And since we have the Baphomet, we are going to use that to continue to scale up these patterns here. I can't remember if I... Okay. I got too lost in the commentary there. I couldn't remember if I was going to get a 666 there or not. But all is good. So we're going to have 4 6-9 triggers left, and then we'll have our last score, which should hopefully be a jackpot considering how common our diamonds are at appearing right now. Alright, so this is going to be the last time I press the red button. Then on this last spin, unless I messed up my counting, we should see a score. There we go. There's the jackpot we were expecting. And at this point, we probably can actually get out of the nose, because I feel like the nose is going to hurt us more than help us. Because if we can consistently get diamond jackpots now, then we shouldn't need it. We should definitely be getting some score in the E's here, I'm pretty sure. Just with all those re-triggers on the above and below. Yeah, there it is. E13. Not too shabby. I'm kind of in the mood to push in this, so we might have a little bit longer of a video than usual. So now what we want to do is get some sacred charms for the memes. Gonna put you in the drawer. I'm gonna sell you, and I'm gonna look for a Virago. And I'm gonna store my megaphone in it. So, grab some Siggies here for the culture. And we got a lot of restocks here to kind of search what we're looking for. We're not gonna go the ancient coin route, or else we're gonna be here all night. But that's something you want to experiment with. I've definitely brought it up in a few of my past videos, so definitely check those out. All right, so there's Virago. I'm gonna pull out the megaphone, and now if I discard it, it's going to be stored in the Virago. So we do that, and now we'll pull out our megaphone, or sorry, our nuclear button, and let's go ahead and skip. I can't remember if I'm going to see an orange ability here. Okay, I am. So let's re-roll. All right, so there's the sacred charm space spawns. So since I have my megaphone stored in the Virago, I can have both the megaphone and the nuke button out at the same time. So check this out. We discard this, and we have the megaphone and the nuke out. Now we don't have to worry about swapping things out in drawers. We can just keep on getting sacred charms. So we got some pretty decent ones here. Let's go ahead and see how we're looking. So if with this Sacred Heart here, we have a 50% chance of saving our charge. So what I'm still going to do, so we technically get 15 turns with our Book of Shadows, or 15 spins. So we don't want to be triggering the cell phone more than 14 times. So we're at 4 now. So let's do 4 spins without triggering the button, just for the sake of making sure we don't mess up what we're doing here. Alright, so that was our 4th spin, so now we're fine with re-triggering the red button. That's our 2nd spin. We trigger again. Looking good, getting plenty of free restocks, getting a lot of scaling with our Baphomet. And our last spin of the round should hopefully give us a diamond jackpot. Four more 666 triggers, and we're in good shape. Alright, so this is our last red button trigger. And we should be able to score here. And we're just gonna rinse and repeat what we're doing here and just keep getting as many sacred charms as we can. This will be, my guess is E17. Let's see. Let's see how close I am. Close your eyes if you're an epileptic. Too shiny. Oh my goodness, how... Am I the goat at guessing or what? Holy moly. I almost said a bad word. Sorry, YouTube. Alright, let's cash in here. And let's find our sacred charms again. We have a lot of tickets to work with. But I'm sure, knowing us, we're going to blow through a lot of them before we see what we want. All right, so we get another 2 Sacred Charms. So we're out at 4 of 10. So this one basically replaces the nose. So every time you score a 999, next spin will have a jackpot. So we won't have to worry about our jackpots anymore. All right, let's go ahead and top off and keep rinsing and repeating. Just doing 1 round a deadline. And keep on scaling up our Baphomet. All right, we're at 4 triggers. Let's keep that in mind. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 2. All right, we got another 4 stacked, so let's keep track. Stay focused, Custody. Don't mess this up. 1, 2, 3. I should probably see if there's a mod out there that shows how many possessed cell phone triggers you have stacked. Okay, now we don't have to think about it anymore because of our Sacred Heart. I know that we have 6 triggers left and we have 7 spins, so we know that the last spin will be a scoring spin. So now we can turn brain off and go monkey mode. If you made it this far in the video, the word for the comments today is going to be Stromboli. So if you made it this far in the video, drop a Stromboli in the comments so I know who my retention watchers are. I appreciate you guys if you watched it this far. And I hope that you guys are still enjoying the content. I really appreciate all the support. I'm honestly surprised to even have channel members. It just feels so surreal. So thank you guys so much for the support. I suppose that keeping track of the 666 cell phones, we have the poop jar and the diamond to help us keep track of the phone triggers, but I'd rather play it safe. Alright, let's take a look at our pattern. So, for above and below, we're at E16, and I've tested this before, but for above and below, the farthest that you can get it without the game bugging out is going to be E307. So we're probably not going to go that high this run, but I'm going to show you guys the potential of how far you can push these runs here. Let's go ahead and get more Sacred Charms. Keep on stacking them up. So we should be at 6 Sacred Charms now. Did we get the bird so we can get the Christmas tree online? No bird, so sad day. We'll have to get that next round. We don't really need anything from the shop, so we're just going to keep stacking our free restocks. And let's go ahead and keep doing what we're doing. Any of you guys football fans? My Broncos, unfortunately, lost our QB, but I have faith in our defense, and hopefully our backup is going to get locked in, just make simple plays. I didn't really get into football until I was in college, and I was peer pressured into becoming a 49ers fan. And it's like, I don't want to be a 49ers fan. I want to be a Broncos fan. Bo Nix has really stepped it up. I think also fantasy football made me more invested in the game. Having a group of friends and some friendly banter and such. Don't worry, guys. I haven't lost track of my cell phone counters. So now we need to trigger it. 1, 2... Alright, we get the privilege of having monkey brain again. Keep on scaling. Trying to think, what should I have in the thumbnail this time? Maybe, maybe the nose? It's not a core part of the build, but, you know, I don't think I've ever had the nose in a thumbnail before, so. The nose isn't very appealing, though. We gotta break out something like Book of Shadows or something. We got cherries? Scam game. Where's our diamonds? And we got the re-triggers on them as well, so we're netting a couple extra triggers off of this. And the speed scoring mod has definitely been a nice change of pace as well. It makes our scoring a little bit easier to keep track of. Alright, let's continue our journey of getting all the sacred charms. Let's see, we were at 6, right? So I think we're at... Actually, yeah, so next will be 8 and then 10. So... almost at max. Maybe we can get to like E100 here. What are you at here? E20? Okay. Let's look for our sacred ability. There it is. So, did we get the bird this time? Oh, didn't get the bird this time. So the bird's going to be the last one before we get our Christmas tree online. And for those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, there's a 999 bird that will add a random effect to all, or a random trait to all of our charms whenever we hit a 999, which is pretty much every spin besides our last one. Honestly, all of the charms you get from the 666/999 build are all pretty good. You know what I can do is when these all, or when the poop jar and the diamonds get to 14, then I can stop pushing the button. Then I can think about it less, since I've got that figured out now. Turns out using your brain is kind of OP. We know we have 15 spins, so we only need 14. Alright, now we go monkey mode here. Alright, question for you guys. If you could add any charm to the game, what would it be? And what would its abilities entail? I'm curious. If I was to add something to the game, I want to see like more charms for that, more skipping deadline charms. Like we have the calendar, right? There's a few others out there. So maybe maybe something that buffs skipping charm or skipping deadlines. All right. And then right on track here, we should be getting our jackpot. Hopefully stays on diamonds. Thank you, game. Ah, very nice. Music to my ears. Alright, we're gonna say E36 is my guess this time. It's probably gonna be higher than that, but let's see. We already guessed right once, so we might as well do a little gamba and see if we can guess it right again. We have that chain modifier on there, which is upgrading our jackpots. Can I pee during this moment? I sure can. Look at that. Ah, yeah. Pee-pee time. Oh, I was so close. Was it E35? I said E36, right? I was actually pretty close. I'm pretty impressed. All right, let's get the last of our sacred charms. All right, so we should have all of them. Yeah, so we're at 24 out of 12 charms. The reason why it says 12 is because we have both the nuke and the megaphone out. But look at that. This is our complete 999 build. And this is something that you can literally go as far as you want until you get to E307. And then when your score itself is not enough to get you through the next deadline, then you just utilize all the free restocks that you stock to find briefcases. So I think I'm gonna push this a few more deadlines here, just because it's not very often that we get to do this kind of shenanigans. And look at that Christmas tree online here. Everything's all shiny. Okay. Keep it going. The amount of guaranteed jackpots we have stacked is pretty high as well. Only one more red button trigger here, and then we go to coast mode. Now, I'm sure you guys heard me mention Ancient Coin earlier. If we were to have an Ancient Coin, effectively, we would have infinite turns and a whole bunch of jar and diamond triggers stacked up until the Ancient Coin dies. And that's this kind of build with the Ancient Coin was what I did to hit my E30,000 and change high score. I think I've mentioned before, but the only downside about climbing that high is the game just becomes unplayable, which is kind of sad, but I don't think the devs intended for this game to be like a see how far you can climb game. It would be nice though if, you know, for our my fellow TISM folk out there, that we can, you know, kind of test the game's limits and see how high we can score without having lag be a factor. Because if lag wasn't a factor, I probably would still be grinding that run just to see, you know, how high we could go. But 'tis the limits of some game engines. Alright, I have no idea what our score is going to be like here, so we'll have to see. It never gets old seeing all these re-triggers. It's just like a nice little dopamine stream. Keep them coming, keep them coming. We have a crowd to entertain here. It still blows my mind. Over the past month, I've gotten over 430 subscribers. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much. Never would have imagined that people would be interested in watching me play Clover Pit, but I'm glad I took the chance and uploaded that one Clover Pit video one night. For those of you who don't know, I mostly made like trading card game content. All right, so if we look here, we got the Christmas tree online. We're at E29, and as we've kind of explained, you can really take this run as far as you would like. If you're just chilling, watching some YouTube videos, you know, you follow this kind of build and you'll be able to go infinite yourself. So this is a fun little challenge. We weren't expecting to go into this on a 666 build, but we ended up going the 666 build with the white telephone, and it turned out being pretty good. So we're gonna do a quick PP as a thank you to the golden toilet, and as requested, on our way out here, we're gonna see what it looks like to pee over the ledge. Now, if you aren't subscribed already, it would really help me out if you dropped a subscribe on my journey to 1K subscribers. I am really excited to be a YouTube partner, and being able to be at the 1K mark and get some ad revenue would be great. So just watching is enough to support me. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one, and peace.